Hey, it's Beardo back again with White Rock Dodge, and I have returned to the amazing Epic Adventure Outfitters to continue working on what we're calling Hades, the 707 horsepower supercharged Hellcat Mojave. This should be a good time. They're going to be finishing up he's actually got a good chunk of the coolant lines from the auxiliary tank in the rear fed up all the way into the motor, and we're going to be doing exhaust stuff today. We might drop the body, but we'll see. That might happen tomorrow. So let's go see what they're up to and go from there.
Morning, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad.
How far did we get last night?
Well, last night we got pretty much all the hoses that need to be run to the tank done. We got the fuel line done. We've got all the electrical done that needs to come around from the starter up to the battery. I got all that run in and all bolted down and zap strapped in. Got all that finished this morning. I got the fuel line in this morning, and then I just finished cleaning up all of this area so that it's all held together. I had it all just laying in there last night, but this morning I cleaned it all up and got it all finished. And then the other thing I added is there's a wire that goes from the pump back to the pump to the battery pack so that we can fire up the pump for the coolant lines for the supercharger. So I ran that this morning as well. The next thing for me will probably be I got to do the fuel pump. And then I've got an evap line that I've got to make up, but we got to get a couple little things to get that done.
You're gonna do some exhaust today, maybe drop the body?
And then, today we're definitely not going to get, I don't think we'll get all of it in. I think we're just going to go to the Y pipe, so that, because after that, the rest of it can go in with the body on, and then we can line everything up properly.
Okay.
So we'll get everything done to the Y pipe. I got to wrap it still, because it is a supercharger. They have a way hotter exhaust, so I have to wrap all of the exhaust all the way right out to the tip. So I'll get this section done and wrap and in, and then we'll finish the rest off once the body's on.
Sweet. Fuel pump time.
Yeah, time to replace this fuel pump with a more higher pressure
version?
Yeah, higher pressure version of it.
So this fuel pump is for the V6, and it doesn't pump enough fuel for a V8, so we're gonna have to swap that sucker out.
So I think they use the one for the Demon that they have.
Oh yeah.
And I think they just swap them out, just straight swaps. So. And one fuel pump.
Alrighty, exhaust time.
Yeah, it's time to get the exhaust all together. First, before we install it, I have to wrap it. So I'll have to take some heat wrap it all the way from the manifold all the way back. Except the muffler itself, but all the piping like this will all be wrapped right to the tip, basically right to here.
Just the tip.
Yeah, it'll go from the manifold all the way to here.
Okay.
for the exhaust.
We're doing some battery box stuff.
Yeah, so what ends up happening, because the engine ends up becoming a little bit wider in here, the battery box got to shove over about 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, just to clear all the injectors on this side, and then the cover as well. So what I have to do is I'll pull this all apart, I'll delete the extra battery as well, and then I'll do some shaving, shave off everything I can, and I'll tweak it over, and then it actually comes up a little bit as well. We have some spacers that drop in here, and it actually lifts this end of the box up a bit, because the engine doesn't sit completely flat, it sits on a bit of an angle, so you need a little more room in the front.
Pretty much a complete modified battery box.
Pretty much, that's all it takes there. It doesn't take much time once you do it a few times.
This will be number 6 for you, eh? Or a 5?
This is 5 for me. Yeah, this is 6 for the shop, but number 5 for me. I've done it a few times now, so I'm starting to muscle memory, right? Just like that, that's in. And then the last thing, a little cover for that. Usually it goes in like this, but while we're building, I put it in backwards, and that keeps the posts covered, so nothing can arc out on it.
Okay. And you can't hurt yourself.
Yeah, it just keeps everything from getting touched and arced. And
battery box is ready to go.
Take a little more.
Just going super generous.
Yeah.
Coolant lines are all done. Everything looks good. Exhaust is ready.
Yeah, we're ready to come down.
Let me dropping this body back down to the Mojave.
I woke up in the middle of the night, opened my eyes, said my oh my, I'm dreaming you. Well, all my dreams are sweet when I lay me down and sleep, and I dream of you. Don't give me no fuss, don't give me no fight. There's only one thing in the middle of the night I need, and that's dreaming of you. Well, all my dreams are sweet when I lay me
Unreal. 4 days and the body is back on.
Yeah, so it started on Monday morning and now it's Thursday afternoon. We got 30 minutes before we leave for the long weekend and she looks like a truck again.
That's just absolutely wild. So there you have it. The body's back down. The engine is in, and we'll be back with them next week to finish off the Hellcat build, codenamed Hades. So stay tuned for that. Burrito White Rock Dodge. Bye.
All my dreams are sweet when I lay me down to sleep. I dream of you. Well, all my dreams are sweet when I lay me down to sleep. And I dream of you.